You got this, buddy. Just be the ball. Ah, you're right. Just be the ball. Just be the ball. What the? Hi, Richard Rice here, PGA golf professional. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to better understand the sand to improve your bunker game. So the first thing I want you to understand is that you have to be good at knowing where the club is going to hit the ground in the sand specifically. So an easy drill you can do, draw a line in the sand and simply practice hitting that line over and over again. If you can't do this, if you cannot do this, there's simply no excuse, and this is why you're not good at bunker play. So every single time I'm hitting this line, and I've practiced that a bunch so that I know I'm never going to, one, chunk the ball and leave it in the bunker, or two, scull it and hit it over the green. All right, the next thing I want you to understand is alignment. And I'm going to make this as simple as possible. You can see our flag in the background here, so I'm going to set up this orange stick as my target line. The yellow stick on the right is going to represent my club face. The yellow stick on the left is going to represent my swing direction. So you can see there's a 1-to-1 ratio there. So my club face is going to point right at the target just as much as my body lines point left of the target so that I can swing left. Swinging left with an open club face here is going to bring my ball back online so that I can hit it right towards my target. So again, very simple. Understand where the club's going to hit the sand, understand how to align. From there, you need to know that you can take plenty of sand out with you when you're hitting these bunker shots. So I like to draw what looks like an avocado in the sand. And we take that whole avocado out, pit and all, and we hit it up towards our target. So here, I'm aiming the body left, the face right, so that I can hit this ball back on target. Perfect. Okay. As far as swing length, I like to take to my lead arm parallel. So I get the lead arm parallel, and then I dictate distance based on the speed that I swing down. It keeps it a very similar technique in every swing. If I need to hit a shorter shot, I'll kind of just let the arms fall through. If I need to hit a longer shot, I'm going to add a little bit more chest rotation on the way through. Either way, we're still rotating the chest through, but if I have a real long bunker shot, I might take an extra club, or I might just rotate through a little bit harder just to generate some more speed. Okay, so from there, what you want to understand is different ground conditions. Now this morning, the sprinklers were on to water this green, so the sand is wet, but it's still very fluffy. What does that mean? That means I can pretty much set up with a stock shot. So I'm going to set up with an open face, an open stance. I'm looking about 2 inches behind this golf ball. I know my club will enter right there. Left arm parallel and through. Whew, almost made it. If I had some more compact sand, so let's kind of dig down in here. Let's say we've just had a heavy rain. The sand is very compact, or there's just not a lot of sand in the bunker in general. Then we kind of want to change the technique. So we know that when we open the face up, that adds bounce to the club. But if we bounce, we might bounce right into the back of this ball on this shot, which is not our intended result. We're going to send the ball sailing over the green, and we're going to probably have a double bogey or worse. So when I don't have a lot of sand behind the ball, or excuse me, underneath the ball, I want to kind of set up with a more square club face. We're activating some of this leading edge so that we can dig more. And I kind of try to abbreviate the follow through a little bit. You're not going to see me necessarily leave the club in the sand, but I try to have a shorter follow through so that I know that I'm not bouncing that club right back up into the ball. So when I square the club face up, keep in mind that I can pretty much square my stance up. So I have a very square face. It's open, 1-2 degrees. I square the stance up. From here, it's the same technique. We're going left arm parallel. I'm looking at a spot 2 inches behind the ball, and the only change is a bit of a shorter follow through. So you saw a lot less effort go into that swing. So let's say vice versa now. You've got a real fluffy lie, so I've kind of fluffed some sand up here. And what you want to understand is that you can swing right underneath this pretty easily. So what do we want to do? We want to make sure we add some bounce by opening the face so that the club's not digging down underneath the ball. We have to offset it by aiming left, and we need to add some club head speed. So I'm going to swing a little bit harder at this one. How do I do that? By opening the chest up a little bit more aggressively towards the target. So again, we've got the club way right, my body's way left. I'll swing along the body lines. That should hopefully get this back on target. Perfect. Ooh. So I've almost made 2 of those. So we're doing pretty good. In the end, understanding your lie when you first get into the bunker is everything. We'll talk plugged lies and fried egg lies at another time, but for your standard lies where you either have a hard pan shot, a real fluffy shot, or somewhere in between, just understand the change in techniques. So let's run back through them. If I have a hard pan shot, we want to square the face up, and we need to swing a little bit softer because the ball is going to come out hotter. We still want to hit just about 2 inches behind the ball, nothing else changes. If we have a very fluffy shot, we want to take, see, this would be our normal open face. We want to open it even more. We have to aim the body even more left, and we have to swing harder to get through that fluff. We've already added loft, so we need to swing harder to compensate for that as well. Standard shot, I like to open it, to about 1-2 o'clock, depending on the shot. Aim the body just as far left as the face is aimed right, and just take a stock swing to left arm parallel. I've practiced hitting my spot on the ground 2 inches behind the ball, and from there it's cake. Sand can be one of the easiest parts of the game if you just understand a couple of the technique intricacies and understand how to read your lie in the sand. It makes all the difference in the world. You'll stop being scared of hitting the ball into the sand, and it will help you shoot lower scores because you're going to play a little bit differently all around. You'll stop trying to avoid bunkers altogether, which is something I did in my past. And once I learned how to hit the ball out of the sand, it became one of the easiest parts of my game. So I hope this tip helped you. If you like this video, please click the like button below, subscribe to the channel, and click the little bell for notifications so you can come back and see me for my weekly content. Thanks for coming by today, and we will see you next time. Yeah, so what'd you make there? It was a bogey. Thank you.